Translator. What is a translator? A program that translates a program into machine language or low level language is known as translator. Okay, so translator is a program that translates a program into machine language, or you can say translates source code, high level language into machine language. Okay, this is the function of translator. It translates source code into machine code. Between the source code and machine code there is translator. Source code will be translated into machine code with the help of translator. Source code is the program written by the programmer. Okay, that is source code, your program. Fine. Now there are two types of what is the need of translator? As we discussed earlier, that to communicate with the machine we need a translator between us machine and the human. Okay, or you can say to translate our high level language program into machine code, as the machine doesn't understand our language and we don't understand the machine language, so we need our translator between us. Okay, as we need a translator between human beings also. If suppose I am not knowing any language and you are knowing Tamil and I am knowing English, then how can we communicate? With the help of a translator. So now we have to communicate with the machine in order to execute the program. Okay, but we don't understand machine language and machine doesn't understand our language, the high level programming language or whatever, Java or any other language. Okay, so for that we need a translator between us. Translator. This will be our program. Source code will be translated to machine code with the help of translator. Okay. Now there are two types of translators, interpreter and compiler. Interpreter and compiler both are translators. Both will convert or translate source code into machine code. Source code into machine code. Okay, but interpreter translates source code into machine code or low level language code step by step or line by line. Okay, one line at a time. And compiler translates source code at once to machine code. Okay, not line by line, not step by step. This is the difference between the interpreter and compiler. Both are translators. Both are used to translate the source code into machine language. But interpreter translates line by line or step by step, but compiler translates at once, the whole program at once. Now what is compilation process? I told you Java compilation process we'll discuss. Before that we'll discuss ordinary compilation process, general compilation process, what happened in that. In general ordinary compilation process, I told you that compiler compiles source code into machine code. This is the ordinary compilation process. Source program or source code will be compiled by the compiler. Okay, will be translated by the compiler. Compiler is a translator. Okay, but in general ordinary compilation, what will happen? Source program will be compiled by the compiler compatible of that particular system, operating system. For suppose you are having Windows 98, so you need compiler for Windows 98, and for Macintosh you will be needing compiler for Macintosh, and in case of Unix, compiler for Unix. Not all the three, any of them. Okay, whatever the operating system you are having, depending upon the platform, compatible to that particular platform. Okay, so source program, compiler compatible to operating system, then this will generate the machine code for that particular system. Machine code for Windows 98, machine code for you. If you are using compiler for Unix, you will be getting machine code for Unix. This will be generating machine code for Windows 98. This will be generating machine code for Macintosh. From the source program, you are getting machine code with the help of related compiler. This is the ordinary compilation process from source code, compiler, then machine code. Okay. Now, the converted machine code depends a lot on the platform. I told you what is platform? Combination of hardware and software, processor, operating system, all that. So, converted machine code, okay, this depends a lot on the platform it is executing upon. For different platforms, different machine code is produced. I have written machine code for Macintosh, if compiler for Macintosh, if you have Macintosh. And if you have Windows 98, compiler for Windows 98 and generating machine code for Windows 98. Okay, different machine code is produced. Resultant machine code is called native executable code. This is called native executable code. Okay. But Java compilation process is different from the ordinary compilation process. What is the difference? In this compilation process, there is use of both compiler and as well as interpreter. Okay. Java program or source code will be compiled first. Okay. Compiled first, then you will be getting an intermediate code. We are not getting directly the machine code. We will be getting an platform independent intermediate code that is known as byte code. And this byte code is interpreted by Java interpreter JVM. JVM, the Java interpreter, and then it is converted to machine code or low level language code. Okay. So Java source code program will be compiled, then you will be getting an intermediate platform independent code, that is byte code. This code is platform independent. This will be same for all the machines. This code will be generated, that will be same for all machines. Then you will be needing the compatible Java interpreter. Okay, then you need compatible Java interpreter to convert this byte code into machine code. Okay, like if Macintosh, then Java interpreter for Macintosh. If Windows is there, then for Windows, JVM for Windows, and for Unix. Okay, you need to make available, and the Java interpreter will be made available by the JVM. Okay, system compatible. Then you will be getting machine code. So Java compilation process includes Java program code, then compiler, then you will be getting byte code, intermediate code, then JVM, and then you will be getting machine code. Java compiler does not produces native executable code that we were getting in ordinary compilation process. Okay, so Java compiler does not produces native executable code for a particular machine. Instead, it produces a special format or a special code, that is byte code. I told you, platform independent intermediate code, that is byte code. And what is the definition of byte code? Java byte code is a machine instruction for a Java processor chip called JVM. Okay, later on JVM translates this into machine code, byte code. Okay, so the byte code is independent of the computer system it has to run upon. Platform independent. Byte code are always exactly the same irrespective of the computer system they are to execute upon. When you will compile the Java program, you will get the byte code. What you will get, actually the byte code will be generated. You will not be getting that. Byte code will be generated, that is platform independent intermediate code that will be interpreted by JVM into machine code. Okay, and this byte code will be same, always exactly the same for all the system. Okay, and because of this byte code, Java is platform independent. You can develop a Java program on and compile that on one system, and you can execute that on any other system. You need to made available JVM compatible to that particular system Java interpreter for that particular system only. Otherwise, you can make Java program on one system and you can run on any other platform. So it's a platform independent high level language. Java programs that have been compiled into bytecode still need an interpreter to execute them on any given platform. The interpreter that reads the bytecode and translates into the native language of the host machine on the fly. Bytecode is completely independent of platform. Only the interpreter and a few native libraries need to be ported to get Java to run on a new computer or operating system. Okay. Now, what is JVM? Java Virtual Machine. I told you JVM is Java interpreter that is loaded in memory as soon as Java is launched. Okay, Java interpreter that is loaded in memory as soon as Java is launched. It's Java runtime system or virtual machine that translates or interprets bytecode into machine code. Simply, JVM is a Java interpreter that interprets or translates bytecode into machine code. Okay, interpreter for the bytecode, different for different platforms. JVM will be different for different platforms. I told you platform is combination of hardware and software. Fine. Hardware and software means processor, operating system. For Windows 98 you will be needing different Java interpreter, and for Macintosh different Java interpreter, and for Unix different compatible Java interpreter you need. Okay. Now, what is source code? The set of instruction or your program, actually that is source code. Okay, set of instructions or executable statements written using any programming language by the programmer to find the solution of a problem. Okay, to find solution of a problem we need to write set of executable statements using any programming language. Okay, fine. So source code is your program, actually whatever you are writing to perform a particular task. Okay, and what is object code? The machine language program produced after the compilation of the source code is known as object code or object module or object program. Okay, the machine code that is produces after the compilation of the source code. The machine language program produced after compilation of the source code. As you know, after ordinary compilation, the compiler produces the machine code that is known as object code. Okay, source code is your program written by programmer. If you are writing program, then you are a programmer. You must be writing a set of executable statements to perform a particular task using a particular programming language. Okay, that is known as source code.